Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cabinet Vision Guy. In today's tech tip, I'm going to be taking you through how to set up a handleless, also known as Shadowline construction method. Now normally we'd be jumping straight into the assembly manager and setting up a new construction method and providing our standards. But for this one, I'm actually going to start off in the material manager and we're going to create the hardware for the Shadowline construction first. So I'm going to start off with the material manager first. And I've already got a section of my material catalog set up for Shadowline components, but if you don't, you can create a new section up here to add the new hardware. You'll also see that I've got an L-shaped Shadowline and a C-shaped Shadowline as well already set up, and these are the ones that we're actually going to define again today. So I'm going to start off by clicking New Material up here. I'm going to make sure that the type of material I've got selected is going to be the Shadowline channel. And I'm going to give it a name. And I'm just going to call this L-shape SL. I can enter a description if I want, but I'm going to hit next. And then the type, I can then select from three possibilities here. We've got a C shape, a J shape, or an L shape, which is what we're going to create. We can also specify the unit of issue. So if we want to price this each, we can do. We can also do things like price per meter. I can then enter a length, and I'm going to set that at say 1000, and then I've got a height and a width to enter here as well. So I'm going to make this 56.5 by 27. Then what I can do is I can choose my finish type, my texture. And for the texture, I'm going to just have this as a brushed aluminium, and I'm going to hit finish. And then what I need to do is I need to create the C shape to go along with it. So again, I'm going to hit new. I'm going to give this one a name of C shape SL. And then for the type, I'm going to select C channel. And then again, I need to enter the height and the width. And for this one, I'm going to make it 73 by 26. I'm going to hit next again. And it's remembered the texture that I previously selected in here. So I'm going to hit finish, and that is the hardware that's set up for my Shadowline construction method. Now what we need to do is make sure that we've got this hardware selected in our material schedules. So I'm going to return out of the material manager back to the welcome screen, and I'm going to head into material schedules. I'm going to make sure I've got assembly selected, and I'm just going to pick any material schedule at random here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into face, and you'll see we've got different sections here for the handleless C section and the handleless L section for Shadowline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and I'm going to select change material in multiple schedules. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the material that we've just created for this, and I'm going to change it in every material schedule that I've got in my system. So you'll see this dialog comes up, and if I just resize it here, what this allows us to do is it allows us to modify the material that's used in all our material schedules. So I'm going to select the material, head into my Shadowline component section, and I'm going to pick my C shape Shadowline and hit OK. And then I'm going to hit apply, and I'm just going to expand this out again. And you'll see that our handleless C section is now set. And if I do the same for the L section as well, so I'm going to right click and change material in multiple schedules, select our new material into Shadowline, and for this one we want L shape and OK, and then apply. And then again, if I just expand this out, we can take a look and see that we've got our two new materials selected here. And if I pick any other material schedule and do the same thing, go into face, you'll see that it's also selected in here as well. So it saves me having to go through all my material schedules and just select the correct material for it. So now we're ready to create our construction method using the assembly manager. So I'm going to return out of the material schedules, and I'm going to head into the assembly manager. And up at the top here, I've already got a handleless Shadowline construction method set up. But what you can do is you can copy an existing, say, frameless construction method, and then just run the wizard on the branch that you want for the Shadowline. So if I head into exterior case and I pick up Shadowline here, what I'm going to do is double click this and then start answering the different questions on how we want to build our Shadowline construction. So the first option that I've got is, do you want to use the Shadowline construction method? Well, yep, we do. That's kind of the point of the video. Obviously, I can select no if I don't want to build a Shadowline construction method. I can also use build up if I'd like to use components in here rather than hardware. But for this one, I'm going to use hardware. So I'm going to hit next, and then we can define the banding for the handleless built rail if we're using one. And then we can define the banding for the handleless built edge if we're building one. So the next thing I need to do is select what I want to do with my draw fronts. So I can choose to not use the handleless system at all. I can use a horizontal shadow line, which is what we're going to do. Or if I want to, I can use a vertical shadow line. So I'm going to pick horizontal shadow line for this. And then I get the question, do we apply a horizontal shadow line to the top draw? And again, we've got the option of no or yes, and obviously I'm going to choose yes. And then, do you apply a horizontal shadow line to your middle draw? At the moment I've got this set to no, but I'm actually going to set this to yes. And do you apply a horizontal shadow line to your bottom draw? Again, I've got this set to no. I'm going to leave this one as no because this should be picked up with the mid shadow line component, and I'm going to hit next again. And then we've got the option, do we want to select the shadow line for the door? Now, at the moment, I'm going to set this to being at the top, but if I want to, I can also include something like a tall and set this to be vertical, because we might want to use a vertical shadow line for tall units, and then a horizontal shadow line for base units in here. But I'm going to hit next again, and it asks, do we want to apply a horizontal shadow line to our top door? And again, I'm going to leave this as yes, just to make sure we get some of the questions that we want to answer in the assembly wizard. And it says, do we apply a horizontal shadow line to your middle door? And again, I'm going to select the yes on this one. And I'm going to leave this one at no for the bottom door and then hit next again. And then the other option that we've got is, do we want to apply a vertical shadow line to door edge? I'm going to select no for this one, but again, we might want to include a standard in here for tall assemblies and include this and select this to yes. And again, we get the option, do you want to apply a vertical shadow line to middle door? And I've got the option yes or no. And then the same for pair doors. And now we can choose to enter an offset if we want to offset our hardware from the center of the two doors. And then we've got a bottom adjustment for the door that's going to be in here. So what I can do is I can extend this past, and I'm going to just extend past by 10 mil. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom drawer or door. And hit next again, and then we can enter the same, so we can have a vertical offset for our vertical profile, and then we can choose to inset this. I'm going to select again 10 mil, and then we've got the option, do you want to have a shadow line notch in the finished end? So I've got the options, obviously no, which will take out all the notching on the finished ends, or yes, which will leave me in the notching and the machining for screen to machine. And I'm going to hit yes for this one and then hit OK. Now, if you're not too sure about some of the settings that we're using for the shadow line, don't worry. Once you've got this selected on the job level, you can head back up into the job properties, modify the construction method and see the effect live on the job. And then when you're ready to, you can save the construction method back to your main system. So you can actually set this up rather than from the welcome screen on the job level itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to switch over into a job that's got my material schedule selected and my construction method. I've just placed a simple 2-drawer assembly across the back wall here. So if I head down to assembly level, we can take a look at some of the hardware that's used. So if I go into 3D, what you'll see is we've got our L-shaped shadow line component and our C-shaped shadow line component in here. And if I go through to reports and take a look, we should see our handleless C section and handleless L section and the material that we've got defined for those two. And if I go back to 3D, we can see that we've also got the cutouts on the end panel. So if I go and just take a look at the end panel, you'll see that we've got a cutout for each section in here. And obviously that's going to translate when we push this through to screen to machine. Now, one thing to be aware of, or modification that we can actually make, if we go to section view into properties, and what we've got is when we're using a Shadowline construction method, we get some new options in here. So if I select this, we've got the cabinet properties, and we get the option to modify the current Shadowline that we've got applied to this assembly. So for the drawer, which is obviously what we're using here, we can select no if we want to disable the Shadowline component. We can select horizontal, and then we can select whether we've got it on the top, the middle, or the bottom. And we can also select this to be vertical if we need to. And we can do the same for the door as well. So if we've got a tall door, for instance, that's got a vertical shadow line running down one edge, and we've got drawer fronts breaking this up for, say, something like an appliance housing, we can modify this to enable the vertical, and then we can select that we want this on the edges or in the middle. Hopefully you found this tech tip useful. Feel free to give us a like, share and subscribe. We're also on Facebook, that's facebook.com/thecabinetvisionguy, and Instagram too, that's instagram.com/thecabinetvisionguy. Cheers!